So, Sunday morning, I don't know, it just feels like a long time since we've been together for some reason. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Have a seat. Okay, so you can also be supported by blocks underneath your knees. And just like roll in front of your sitting bones. Put your hands on top of your thighs. Close your eyes, and for a moment, I want you to depress your shoulders. So press them down towards your hips. And on the next inhaling breath, I want you to shrug them up to your ears and feel how not happy that feels. So exhale, draw the shoulders back down again. So do that one more time, just so we know, the glamour don't, where not to be. Bring your shoulders to your ears. And then exhale and just drop the shoulders back down. Broaden through the collarbones. Scoot your shoulder blades towards each other. And just feel, without moving your arms, just feel the shoulder blades draw towards each other and perhaps down a little bit. So without actually moving your arms, we do this sometimes in our fitness, those little punches, those scapular punches. So I want you to feel that action of the shoulder blades pulling together and then allowing the neck to be long. So from the ear to the shoulder, no tension. Keep that action. Keep your eyes closed now. And then just drop your ear to the right shoulder. So rather than the shoulder to the ear to the right shoulder. And take your right hand and grab a hold of your left side of your head, gently. And just stretch it out a little bit deeper. And if it feels good to you, stretch your left arm a little bit out to the side. Maybe off the floor even. And if your hand is elevated, bring it back down on top of your left knee. And bring your chin towards your right shoulder. So just turn your neck a little bit. There's gentle pressure on your head, not a lot. And then think about what we just did by keeping the left shoulder and the right shoulder pressing down. Release your arms. Come back to center, drop your chin towards your chest. Both shoulders are pulling back and down. Inhale, lift your chest. And now just look to the right. Turn your head. Turn your eyes with your head. So rather than looking at a point in front of you, start to turn your eyes towards the right side. It's going to feel weird and uncomfortable. And then turn your eyes towards the left side. Bring your head back to center. Look straight ahead. Inhale, bring your left ear to your left shoulder, not shoulder to ear. Take your left arm and just gently guide it down. Stretch your right arm out to the side or off the floor. Okay, if the arm is up, bring it down. Bring your chin towards your left shoulder. And then release the hands, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your head up. Chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, turn your head to the left. And then turn your eyes to the left. And then turn your eyes to the right and bring your head back to center. Look forward. Take your hands, rub them together, make nice heat energy, and then place your hands over your eyes that are closed and over your nose and breathe it in. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer. Exhale, just hinge forward. Release your hands to the floor and walk out in front of you. Press your arms forward, hips back, shoulders down. Stretch your fingers, push to the outer edges of the mats. Inhale, walk your hands back up, sit up, lean back. Shake out your legs if you're sitting cross-legged, switch the cross of the legs. Bring the heels underneath the knees as close as you can. My legs are elevated on blocks just because it feels good to me today. Sit up nice and tall once again. And then this time, let's just bring the belly to the spine as you round backwards. Like a giant letter C, relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest up, hinge forward, and just lean a little bit. And start to make this circular. So move to one side or the other, scoop out your belly, roll through your center. And then reverse that. come back to center. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Exhale, walk your arms out in front of you. Press the heel of the hand forward, push the hips back, and just feel a nice release in the hips, lower back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Walk your hands back in. Exhale, lean back again. Shake out your legs. If you're sitting on something, you can place it on the floor. If you have blocks underneath your knees, place them on the floor. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Hands behind you, maybe as wide as the mat as well, if that feels good. Lift your hips in the air and just press the knees forward. Good. The knees can drop in a little bit here today too, or just lift the hips up. One more breath. And then come on back down. Good. Reach your legs around to the side, come to your hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, hips and shoulders width apart. Tuck your toes, arch your back, dip your belly. Exhale, round and curl, top of the foot, shin down, chin to your chest, head hangs down. Take that again. Inhale, arch your back, dip your belly, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, round and curl your spine, cat and cow. Good. So we did this on our seat. Now we're going to take this into circular motions as well. So come back into center, round your back, and just go in one side to the other, pushing back. As extreme or as narrow, as easy as you want to make it. So you always have the choice, go in the other direction if you're circling, of the intensity you choose to work with. Right? That goes for fitness, that goes for yoga. You can modify and you can amplify, and sometimes the modifications is the better way to go. Come back to center, particularly if you're working with any injuries or anything. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take your right toes and tuck them behind you, and just roll forward and back a couple times. Stay in the center, press the left foot and shin down. Lift your right leg parallel to the floor, hips level. Pull the belly in so you're not collapsing through your mid-spine. Keep your left hand and foot down as you spin open to the right side, right arm up in the air, right leg in the air. Stacking your shoulders, lengthening your right leg away from you. Inhale, place your right foot down, right arm overhead, spin your heart open a little bit more. Exhale, arm and leg up. Inhale, bend your right leg, reach your right hand for the foot. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Push your hips forward, open your shoulders, chest. So the foot can come closer to the buttocks or further away as you choose. Inhale, release the arm and the leg, right arm overhead, right leg, down, spin it open. Not as big as a dancer's bridge, but opening up the chest shoulder. One more time, right arm up, right leg up, exhale, bend the knee, reach for it. Kick your foot into your hand. And then inhale, release the arm and leg, right arm down, right leg back, right knee to your chest, round and curl. Step your right foot through, not as well as I just did, to the side of the front of your mat. So I like my hands on blocks. You can have your hands on the floor, or the blocks if you have them. If you don't have blocks, go get them. Breathe in and just settle that left hip down, finding a little bit more space there. And then as you lift your torso away from your thighs, I want you to keep that action as you put your hands down towards the crease of your hip, so between your hip and thigh, and then place your other hand on top of it and just kind of smooth the skin away from that crease. Right? It's not going to stay away all the time, but think about that action again. Pushing your right heel towards your left knee, right knee forward. Inhale, release your arms, stretch them up overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Arch your back a little bit. So lift from the middle upper back. Exhale, release your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down. Heart opens up. Reach back. Breathe. Good. Keep pressing your left hip forward. One more breath. Inhale, release the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the floor. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift your left knee up off the floor. And then straighten your right leg and fold on top of it. You can pick your blocks if you're using them higher up, back further, or further forward, or no blocks. You know, choose. These are the choices you make in your practice, just to have it perfect for you. And everybody should be different on that. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, fold a little bit more towards your right shin. It's a wide-legged pyramid. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Exhale, step right leg back, hips up in the air for downward facing dog. Hands can be on the floor of the blocks. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Biceps by your ears, bend one knee at a time. Until you want it. And then inhale onto your toes. Engage your quadricep muscles, shift forward to a high plank. Shoulders over wrist, belly is lifted. Tailbone long, crown of the head to the tailbone long. Exhale, bring your right knee underneath your hip. Left toes tucked underneath you and just rock back and forth a little bit. And I'm just going to take my blocks down for a moment. Lift your left leg up parallel to the floor. So level out the hips, pull the belly in so there's no arching, no ski slopes. No more ski slopes, ET. Keep your right hand, right leg down. Spin open to your left side, left arm up. Left leg long, pressing the floor away with the right side. Inhale, arm overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, come back up. Bend your left knee. And pull the knee in line with the hip rather than having it forward or back. Just in line with the hip, you're pressing through your right foot for some stability. Inhale, gently let it go. Take the left arm up and back over your head. Exhale, come back up, bend the knee. Hold on to it, kick your foot away or bring it closer to your buttocks. Inhale, gently release that. Left arm up, left leg up. Exhale, left arm down, left knee to your chest, round curl. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, send it through between your two hands. Snuggle your right leg back a little further. Again, I like to be on the blocks. And then drop. So you should notice the angle of your right knee. You're not directly on top of it, right? It's hinging forward, yet your left knee is still over your ankle, not in front of it. So there's no pressure on it, or no extreme pressure on the knee. Shoulders back and down, collarbones broaden, right leg, top of the foot, shin, pressing firmly down. And take this breath to bring your left hand onto your left hip, into that crease. Just stick your thumb in that crease. And then lift your torso up. You might even come back a little bit and then sink back down. And then just smooth out the skin from that crease. So you press a little bit towards that front knee. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, open your arms up overhead. Reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, the other finger on top. Think about it for a second if you're not used to it. Lift your chest up. It's like, I didn't know I could do that. Big breath, open up your heart, your chest. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor blocks. Tuck your right toes underneath you. Lift your right knee up. Inhale, straighten your left leg. And then choose where you want your arms. And level out your hips as best you can. Head towards your shin. Ooh. One more breath, fold a little deeper. Inhale, bend your front knee. We're going to step forward this time. Feet together, top of the mat. Halfway lift. When you get there, exhale, forward fold. Let everything hang. Just let go. And breathe. Grab opposite elbows for a moment. And sway a little side to side. And then switch sides. Switch the cross. Hang through the center. Press your weight towards the balls of the feet. Big toe, little toe, ball of the foot. Heel is still down. Then release your arms back to those hip creases. Stick your thumbs right in the crease of the hip. Press into it as you start to extend your spine and rise up to standing. And release your arms down by your side. And breathe. Just stand in stillness for a moment. Good. Find your grounding from your feet all the way to the top of your head. Roll your shoulders back and around. Good. And just like we did a little bit earlier, just open up your chest, your collarbones. Lift your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, let it go. Do that one more time. So we know where, when I say press your shoulders or press your shoulders down and back, that's where we are. Let it go. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Keep your shoulders down. Exhale, hands through the heart center. Bend your knees. Place your hands on the floor of the blocks. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, and step into a downward facing dog. Right into dog. Inhale on your toes. Stay on your toes. Engage your quadricep muscles. Lift your pelvic floor muscles up, belly in. Shift forward, high plank. And with your toes tucked under, let your hips come down. Thighs off the floor. If that's too much, bring your knees to the floor and go to the cobra, low down. Good. Inhale, come back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes. Step yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Push down through your feet. Inhale, rise up, stand all the way up. Exhale, take the prayer into your heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold through your heart center. So think about it for a moment as we step back. Choose your non-dominant leg. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Trust me, there's a dominant side. It's the one you go to habitually, so do the other one. Inhale on your toes, engage your quadricep muscles. So you gotta think about it for a second. Shift forward without bringing your knees to the floor, without bending your arms. Shift your hips down. Then find your way back to plank. Lift your hips up. Keep your knees as bent as you'd like, or you need. Look forward, step to the top of your mat one more time, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press down, inhale, rise up, bring the arms with you, and bring the hands to your heart center. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, let's step to a plank. Keep the toes tucked under, shift forward to a high plank. Good. A little bit more shifting forward. Bend the elbows or bend your knees as well. Go halfway down, elbows in line with shoulders. Then roll up and through on your toenails. Downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Bring your feet together, top of the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Open your right hip, bend the knee. Keep your shoulders level, so drop the right shoulder down. Bring your right knee to the right tricep or elbow. Then send it to the center and step your right foot all the way through. Have a block on the outside of your right foot if you have a block. Turn your left foot on its side to about 10, 11 o'clock. Good. Now, take your right hand on your right thigh. Take your left arm up in the air and stretch it up on top of your right shoulder. So left over right. And then take your right arm and gently, the best word I can come up with is nudge. Your right knee open towards the pinky side of the foot. Good morning, Cindy. Left arm up. Lift out of your waistline. Find energy in that top arm, but find energy in your side body. So now, lift your right arm off your thigh. Notice if your body collapses because you are holding your weight on your arm, right? And then place it back down. Look down at your right toes. Back leg is firm. Inhale, press down, rise up, warrior two. Exhale. Gaze to your right hand. Keep pressing your right knee towards the pinky edge of your foot and think about that space between your hip. So in other words, don't collapse your body into your pelvis. Lift out of it. Find the energy, lifting. If you have to put your hand there, put your hand there to get the feeling. It might take a while, you know. It might happen today, tomorrow, 2 years, who knows. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay this low in your legs. Inhale, left arm down, right arm up. Lift out of the waistline and press your left hip towards your right knee. Breathe. Inhale. Inhale, come back through warrior two. Exhale, reach forward, right hand on the outside on the block, any height. Left arm up and over your head. Open your heart. Press firmly into both toes, both feet. Left big toe, left pinky toe. Now once you've got that, rotate your torso a little bit more so the shoulders stack. Right thigh parallel to the floor as best you can. Reach up and reach over. One more breath, look down at your right toes. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, arms to the floor. Spin it around, step to plank or downward facing dog. If you step to plank, do a little vinyasa action. Hips up, chest up. Downward facing dog, hips in the air. Breathe in. Bring your feet a little closer together. Stay energized through your arms. So lift up the muscles that support your shoulders. No collapsing through the shoulder blades. So we're still squeezing the shoulder blades together and down, but no collapse through the middle back either. Feet together. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bend your left knee, open up your hip, but square your torso. Exhale, left knee to the left tricep elbow. Shift it to the center. Step your left foot through. Have your block accessible. Turn your right toes on their side now to 2 o'clock. And then place your left hand on your left thigh. Right arm sweeps up overhead. And just do that little trick here of moving your arms so that you don't collapse your body. Right? You're not putting all your body weight onto your arm. You're using all the other muscles for that. Stability. Left knee towards the left pinky toe, big toe, little toe, ball of the foot. And then open your torso nice and wide. Pushing firmly through your foot or your feet. Look down, inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, reach your arms in 2 directions. Make sure your back foot is firm. So your big toe is pressing down, your pinky toe is pressing down. You're not rolling out or in, but there is that lift of that right side inner arch. So the leg is firm, you're not surfing, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Gaze steady. Think about the back leg a lot. Flip your left arm up, right arm down, left arm up and overhead. Bump your right hip towards your left knee. Breathe. Good. Inhale, pass through warrior two. Exhale, reach forward. Left hand on the outside of the left foot. You can shorten your stance if you need to. Right arm comes up and over your head. When the arm is over the head, begin to rotate the torso a little bit more. It could be pretty subtle, but it could be pretty extreme. And breathe. Good. So this is where the blocks are really, really helpful. You can still have your hand on your thigh if you need to. All right, one more breath here. Use the strength of your body. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, settle. Inhale, hands to the floor. Step back either through vinyasa or right into downward facing dog. Take your time in the vinyasa. Pause in the cobra, in the chaturanga, excuse me. Pause in the, oh, there's like a little fly in here. Pause in the ahimsa. Pause in the up dog. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your feet a little closer together. Inhale, float your right leg up and open your right hip, bend and straighten. Exhale, bring the right knee to your upper arm. Send it through the center. Exhale, step it through. Take your block, turn your left foot on its side. Right arm on the thigh, left arm up. Look down, inhale back to warrior two, exhale. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, right hand outside or on the thigh, left arm up overhead. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back through vinyasa or just to downward facing dog. So we'll make a little flow out of that. Good. Hips up in the air, downward dog. Inhale, feet together, left leg in the air, open the hip. Exhale, send it through. Turn your right foot on its side. Left arm on your thigh, right arm up. Look down, inhale, warrior two. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, reach forward. Left arm outside the thigh, side angle pose. Inhale, back, warrior two. And then exhale, hands to the floor, step it through. Any way you want. Add push-ups, just pause for a moment of stillness in each part of that vinyasa sequence. Inhale, float your right leg up, open your right hip. Exhale, send it through. Left foot turns, right arm on your thigh, left arm up. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, right arm outside, left arm over. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor, take it through. Pause, take your time, don't rush this. Rushing gives us bad posture, bad habits. Bring your feet together, inhale, lift your left leg up, open the hip. Exhale, step it through, turn your right foot on its side. Left arm on your thigh, right arm up. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, good. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, take it through vinyasa. So let's meet in downward facing dog. Hips up in the air. Good. Bring your feet back together. So the toes can be touching. Lift high on your toes. And then shift your weight to your right side as you spin to your left side for Vashisthasana, or you bring your right knee down to the floor. Side, so you can have your knee on the floor like we did in the beginning of the class. Yeah? You can have your feet staggered, stacked. I'll stagger them right now. Feels pretty good. Left arm overhead, lift your right hip up. Exhale, bring your hands to plank, turn it around. Lift your hips in the air. Step your feet a little closer, right hand to left ankle, foot, or shin, and twist. Good. Inhale back to your downward dog. So if you step forward, step back. Bring your feet together. Inhale on your toes, shift onto your left side or left knee to the floor. Stack your feet, stagger. Anything you want to do, just make sure that bottom side of your body is lifting. So you'll have a little arc, right arm overhead. Lift up, lift up, lift up, reach, 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 reach. And release it, exhale. Let's take this through vinyasa or not. Meet me in downward dog. Oh, we left out one thing. Hips in the air, feet a little closer, left hand to the right foot, shin, ankle. Plug your hips in. Walk your hands back. This time, walk your hands to your feet, back of the mat. Bend your knees. Take your feet to the edges of the mat and turn the toes out. Bring your hips in between your heels and have a seat. Hands in prayer. Sitting on a block or two is a good option. Lifting up the pelvic floor muscles. Close your eyes for a moment. Just sit here. Feel the action of the inner thighs pushing against the triceps of both arms. Just fold, tuck the tailbone, close your eyes. Remember where you first heard this song. Breathe in, breathe out. Now really engage the muscles below the belt. Push down through your legs, open your eyes, and begin to rise up. Ooh, arms up. Release your arms. Turn your feet forward, a little bit closer. Interlace your fingers behind your back, lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, arms up, head down. Soften the knees, bring the hands behind your back, lower them, switch the cross of the fingers again, and lift the arms up. Good. Release the hands in front of you. Lengthen your spine. Keep the energy in the legs as you walk forward to your downward facing dog. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, float your right leg up. Open the hip. Exhale, send the right leg all the way through. Turn your left foot on its side, right arm on your thigh, left arm up, inhale. Good. Now from here, straighten your front leg. Take your block if you have it, tall side, outside your right calf. Left arm in the air. Imagine that you're standing against a wall with your right shoulder, left shoulder, hips against the wall. And then reach up with your left arm without moving your shoulder. Reach down with your right foot without hyperextending through the knee. So lift the kneecap up. Triangle pose. Press down, inhale, rise up, left arm down, right arm up, legs are straight. Exhale, take your hands to the floor, put a bend in the front leg, turn your back hip forward, step it a little bit closer, and straighten both legs. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Good. Keep the spine long, so rather than bringing your head to your knee and rounding and curling here, keep the long spine. Breathe in. So I like to have my hands on a block, pretty, moderate height for me today, and a little bit further in front so I have a little bit more length in my spine. Now remember that hip crease that we had. Put your right thumb in that hip crease. And then lift your torso up, left arm out in front of you. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Pull your hips level. And then rotate over to the right side. Hand inside or outside on the foot, shin, or block. Rotate, open up the right side a little bit. Right arm comes up. Breathe. So you might have to shorten your stance or widen it. You can go forward and back and side to side as well. Good. So you're not on a tightrope. Looking good. That's good. Another breath. Revolve triangle pose. Release your right arm. Now bend your right knee. Bring your chin to your chest. Put your forehead to your knee. And then start to bring yourself up to standing. Bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your left foot to your right foot, top of the mat. Inhale. Release your arms, exhale. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step through vinyasa or right to dog. Pause in your chaturanga, pause in your up dog. Pause in your down dog, feet together. Inhale, float your left leg up, open the hip. Exhale, send your left leg through. Turn your right foot on its side, have a block near you, left arm on its side, right arm up in the air, left thigh parallel, back leg is firm. Inhale, begin to straighten your left leg. You might want to shorten your stance and take your hand on the block, the high side, on the outside of your left leg. And watch that this left knee doesn't pull backwards. Think about lifting it up or a slight bend in the knee. Breathe in. Open up. It might look, to me it looks like my knee is hyperextending, but I know it's not. I have a soft bend in it. Breathe in, breathe out. Back leg is firm. Breathe. Reach all directions. Front, back, side to side, up and down, in and out. One more breath, look down. Inhale, bring yourself up. Right arm down, left arm up. Now exhale, bend your front knee, hands to the floor blocks. Spin your hips forward, turn your back foot forward. Step your back foot in a little bit closer. Hands on the floor of the block, level out your hip. So drop your right hip down in parallel, left foot, big toe presses down. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Good. Now keep the length in the spine as you fold. And again, you choose. Do you like your hands out a little bit further, which might shift a little more weight to your left leg, but level out your hips and body a little bit more? Or do you want to be a little bit further back? So you just got to play with it for your body, for your own particular needs. Good. Now, keep your right hand down and put your left hand in the hip crease. Just stick it right in that little crease. And then begin to lift out of that hip crease with your torso lengthening. Rotate your torso to the left side. Reach your right arm forward. And then choose to have your hand inside or outside foot, shin, or block. As you spin your torso open, then the left arm can stretch up. Breathe in, breathe out. And if you do the same thing all the time, you put your hand on the inside or the outside, change it maybe. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the floor, bend your left knee, put your forehead on your knee and chin to your chest, just round over. Inhale, look forward. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Press down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step through vinyasa. Skip it, add to it. You know who you are, what you want to do. But my suggestion is don't go by habit, go by what you're feeling today. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift your right leg up, open your right hip. Exhale, send your right leg through. Turn your left foot on its side. Have your block on its highest height outside your right shin. And this time, straighten your right leg and come up right into your triangle. Lift out of your waistline. Happiness. Good. Now, keep your left arm in the air or put it on your hip. Bend your right knee. If you'd like to take the block with you, take it with you. And begin to float your left leg off the floor into your half moon balance. So if your arm came back to your hip, once you stack your shoulders, open your hips, and think about bringing the left arm back up. And then you decide if you want to look up. Sometimes, it's decided for us. So if you do look up, take your time in getting there. Don't rush into it. So that you have more, accessibility into that balance. Breathe in, breathe out. And if you'd like to bend your top leg, grab a hold of the ankle, and again, bring the knee in line with the hip, opening up shoulders and chest. You can kick the foot a little further away, but don't bring the knee forward. Try to line up in line with your hip. If you're holding the foot, gently let it go. Exhale, fold over your right leg, left leg in the air, hands to the floor, the shins, the blocks. And you can, some of you, if you have a handstand practice, this is a good time to take some hops into your handstand hops. Breathe in. Find a little bit more height in the right leg and a little bit more firmness in the left leg. And then exhale, hands, feet to the floor, forward fold. Bend your knees, separate your feet hips width. Lift your toes up and slide your hands all the way underneath. Wrap your big toe around your wrist. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, send your weight forward like you're going to fold over somersault. And then you decide to straighten your legs or not. Let your head go. Relax the neck and shoulders. The shoulders creep up a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift, release your hands. Exhale, soften your knees, fold. Inhale, take it back through vinyasa. Upward dog. Sing out. Sing louder. Left leg in the air, open up your left hip. Exhale, send your left foot through. Turn your right foot on its side, take your block on its highest height. Begin to straighten the left leg and draw the right arm up into the sky, triangle pose. So both poses that we did in triangle today really came from the ground up as opposed from the upper body taking it forward. So you might feel like a little less than you usually have. Right arm in the air or on your hip as you soften your left knee. Begin to take your hand, you can take the block with you, and take your left hand outside of the left foot or in front of it, more challenge in front of it. Right arm up. Right leg lengthened. So we did this on our knee way back when. You can stay with this or bend your knee. Grab a hold of the ankle, foot, or shin. And then bring your knee in line with your hip. Kick it back behind you. Good. So you don't want the knee in front of you. That's it. Now put it a little bit further back, Cindy, so it's more in line with your other hip. It's hard. You know, and old habits are really hard to change, so it is what it is. If you're holding on, release it. Right arm up, right leg back. And then take your hands to the floor. Spin your hips squared. Left hand on the foot, ankle floor. Two hands, or if you're practicing your handstand hops, take this opportunity right here. Inhale. And then exhale, feet together on the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Separate your feet. Let's take a peace finger grip. Lengthen your spine. Big toe grip. Exhale, thumbs underneath your foot, underneath your fingers. Elbows out to the side. Shift your weight forward towards the balls of your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release your hands. Come to your toes and bend your knees. And then sit down on the floor, all the way down. I'll move my block so you can see. Open your knees again and take your peace finger grip back to your big toes. Lift yourself up and bring your legs just parallel to the floor, your shins. Pull your chest through so your knees are bent in this. Inhale. Exhale. Now decide if you want to come into a wide V. Sitting up towards your tail, your sitting bones. Lift your heart up. Exhale, bring your feet together. Bend your knees, feet to the floor. Hold on to your opposite elbows, lift your chest. And then bring your chin to your chest and round your spine. Put your forehead on your knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release your hands behind you. Push yourself back a little bit further and straighten your legs out in front of you. Lift up the flesh, rock side to side. Place your hands on the floor, the block's next to you. Just realized I forgot my water. Lift up nice and tall. Good, exhale, bend your right knee, line it up inside of your thigh and open it out to the side. And move your left leg a little bit to the left side. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, walk your hands towards your feet. Some of you will hold your feet. Some of you will take a block in front of you. Some others will take a strap or a towel. Right? So find a place that works for you. Reach your arms forward. Try to keep as much length in your spine as you can. Take another breath. Nice. Inhale, lift your torso up. Come up. Keep your right leg there, but open it a little bit more to the right side. So you're turning a little bit more diagonally. Bring the left arm on the inside or to your big toe. Right arm comes up and over. As you reach your arm up and over, open up your torso. Just kind of like side angle and triangle. Relax the shoulders. Remember we talked about that in the beginning of class. Both sitting bones are grounded here, so you're not lifting up your right hip to get further onto your left side. Everything is level. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, right arm behind you. Sweep the left arm up. Now you get that little dancer's bridge. Open up. Exhale, hands to the floor, hips to the floor. Turn yourself around. Turn your fingers in either direction for you. Bend your knees. Keep the feet close this time. Lift your hips up. Exhale, come on down. Right leg in front of you. Take the left foot inside, open the knee, let it fall open, or you can support it with a block. Turn towards your right leg, inhale, stretch your arm. Oh, I think we creeped it out. Let's creep it out. Find length in the spine. So as soon as the back starts to round, the chin comes in, everything is lost. So look forward and keep lengthening out of your spine. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen. Walk your hands back. So we're going to keep the right leg there, but we're going to open it a little bit wider, so we're more on a diagonal. Inhale, right arm on the inside or the big toe grip. Left, I like to use my arm on the inside of my foot to give me the leverage to twist. Open up the left side, left arm up, and lean up and over. And then when I have the length, I can reach for my toe. Inhale, rise up, left arm down, right arm up. Push your hips forward. Exhale, hands down, hips down, turn to the front of your mat. Legs straight, or you can do this bent again. Hands down, fingers point towards you, legs are out in front of you. Point your toes down, lift your chest up. You can stay right there, or fire up your hamstrings and lift your hips up, Urdhva-Uttanasana. I don't love this pose. I do like it with a bent knee, so feel free to do that. And I shouldn't tell you all that, but here we are. Release your hips down. It's a hard pose. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward and reach for your toes, your block, your strap, your towel. Inhale. And one more big forward fold. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift your torso up. Just check behind you to make sure you have space for your head to come down. Point your toes again. Reach your arms forward. Pull your belly into your spine. Let's keep the toes pointed today. See how that feels. Roll down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. We're all the way on the floor, so if you need to adjust your cameras, it's a good time. Lower all the way down. When you get all the way to the floor, draw your knees up to your chest. Open up your arms to a T. Shift your hips to the right, let your knees fall to the left. Twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, hips to the left, knees to the right. Inhale back to your center. Hug your hands around your shins, head and shoulders lift up. Lower your head. Happy baby pose. Feet to the ceiling. Hold on to your big toe or little toe. Tailbone. Down on the floor. Great. Inhale, bring your legs together. Extend your legs in the air. Flex your feet. Reach your arms to your feet. Inhale. Pull your belly in. Lift your head and shoulders up. Reach as high as you can. And then lift your hips up off the floor. So lift as much of your body off the floor as you can. We're only here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head down, knees in. Take a hold of the top of your foot, shin. Put your feet onto the floor. We're only doing one, either bridge or wheel. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips up. Start in bridge either way. And then if you choose to do more, hands by your shoulders, come lightly to the top of your head and then lift yourself up. Your toes, they're almost like they're a little pigeon-toed. Right? They're just a little bit pigeon-toed rather than wide. So your knees should not bow open. They should be hugging towards either an imaginary or a real block between your legs. And if you're, there you go, Cindy, just bring your toes a little bit more forward. Breathe in. And when you're ready to take it down, head down, chin to chest, upper, mid, lower back, and once again, hug your knees to your chest. Cross the right leg over the left. Lengthen your tailbone on the floor. And then put your left foot on the floor, and if the right foot will go, take it to the floor as well. And then press your hips away back to that crease. Get a little bit more space. Inhale, bring the legs back up. Hold on to the ankles, shins. Exhale, switch the cross. Left leg over right. Grab the ankles, shins, toes. Tailbone down. Right leg to the floor. Maybe the left leg will go. Hands back to the crease and just smooth it out. Without arching your back, by the way, so keep your ribs tucked under. And then inhale, come back to center, uncross your legs. Exhale, feet to the floor. If you have a block, take it on its lowest side. Lift your hips up and let your hips sink onto the block. And you can stay exactly as you are, or stretch your legs out in front of you. Now you feel all that space. You don't need to put your hands there. You can feel it. Stretch your arms all the way overhead. Soften your glutes. There's a tendency to stay gripping here. So for some people, this is so comfortable, they could do Shavasana on it. For others, it's going to be a couple rounds of breath. So let's all take a few breaths together here. And then make that decision. Bring your arms down by your side that you want to stay here for Shavasana. Or bend your knees, lift your hips up. Bring your legs down, your hips down. And then stretch your legs forward. So you're basically in the same position but not elevated. Let your hips open out to the side. Let your arms rest by your side, palms face up. And bring your awareness just to the breath so that everything else is just incidental. Slowly let go of everything. Shavasana. So if you have the opportunity to stay longer, just turn off the sound. And if you're ready to start bringing your awareness back into this space, this time, bring yourself back. Slowly draw your knees together to your chest. Bring yourself to either side. Bring yourself at your time to a comfortable seat. If you're home, stay fit, stay healthy.